we see an example of fear in Job. And let's talk about Job for a moment here, because Job has been used by many, many people to blame God for bringing disaster on his children. And let's go and see what the Bible actually says about Job. Job chapter 1, verse 4 says, "And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually." Now, we didn't include all the scripture in Job chapter 1 here, but just let me paraphrase a few verses before the verses 4 and 5. It talks about Job as being an upright man. That does not mean Job was sinless. Don't confuse that Job was sinless. No, Job was not sinless. Job was a good moral man. Job lived under the dispensation of the time frame of conscience. And Job followed his conscience, which was a good thing. However, we'll see that Job had some spiritual defects. He had some flaws. So what happened? Job was sitting in his house one day. He looks out and he sees his son coming down the sidewalk, and he's got his bag of chips and his soda. And the thought came to him, and where did this thought come from? The enemy brought him a thought and said, "Hey Job, they look like they're going to have a party. What if they mess up and disobey God? What if they do something wrong?" A little while later, he's looking out the window, and here comes Job with one of his sons and one of his daughters. He said, "Oh my gosh, they're getting ready to have a party." And that evil spirit comes with that thought and says, "Job, you better be making sacrifices now, just in case they happen to mess up." So what did Job do? Job got into fear. Why was he making those sacrifices? Because he got into fear. So we can see here that Job opened the door to the spirit of fear. You say, well, where does it say that in the Bible? Go to Job chapter 3, verse 25. It tells you. What is this Job speaking? He says, "For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come to me." So Job opened the door to fear. Now here is a man that's following after God based on his conscience and doing the right thing.